is Member Appreciation Week here at People to People International, and we are celebrating you, our PTPI family. I am Whitney Chang. I'm the coordinator of special programs, and I'm sitting here with our CEO, Clark Plexico, for our virtual meet and greet. I just have a few questions for you.
Okay.
What led you to PTPI?
What led me to PTPI? Well, it's kind of a long story, but I was in Afghanistan, and I was working on democracy assistance for the campaigns that are going on now for president and the parliament elections that'll be next year. Enjoying what I was doing, but I had a good friend who knows me well who contacted me and said, I know you're not looking for anything, but I've just come across this job description for the CEO for People to People International, and you really need to look at it. It's got your name written all over it. And I almost didn't do it because I really was happy with what I was doing. I thought, out of respect and admiration for this person, I'll look at it. I read it. I read it again, and I thought, this has true potential. This could be a sort of marriage of an organization with my talents and things I've done in the past. It'd be really nice. And so I threw my hat in the ring, and multiple interviews later, here I am in Kansas City talking to you, Whitney.
We're happy to have you.
Happy to be here.
So can you share a bit of your vision for the organization?
Yes. Well, in fact, that was sort of part of what led me here, was the idea of an opportunity to work with an organization that has a real strong grounding, that's been around for a long time, that has chapters all over the world, but maybe has been waiting to do something a little bit different, maybe take it into the thinking terms more of the future, to build on the past, connection with Eisenhower and things, President Eisenhower, but to be a little more innovative and global perhaps, and maybe it's been happening the last couple of years. And so my vision is that we really stress the word international in People to People International, and that could take various forms. I think that when we do these travel experiences, and I like to talk about them as experiences, I think they should be cultural travel experiences, and an ideal would be if they are multinational, where instead of just some people in Kansas City getting on a plane and going to Thailand or wherever it may be, that we have people from a half a dozen or a dozen different countries getting on planes in their own individual countries, coming to that same location where the Americans are flying into, and then it becomes a multicultural, multinational experience. So that's what I'm thinking, that it would be unique. There are very few organizations that have the structure that we do, which is our Member Appreciation Week, because it's the members and the chapters that will make any of this possible. And then to encourage them to be supportive of that idea, it puts them into a global network with various chapters, and we'll open it obviously to new people, because we want to continually have new blood and new ideas and new thoughts come into the organization. And you begin to be part of a global international network of people who believe that we can make a difference in the world if we unite together on basic principles.
Which isn't too far off of Eisenhower's
That's
mission
right.
at all.
Exactly.
So, yes.
Exactly. It's just pushing the refresh button.
Exactly. As someone who is new to Kansas City, what would you say is the best reason to visit?
Kansas City is, to me, the sort of quintessential American city. It's right in the heart of America. Literally, it's in the middle of America. You're not influenced by sort of East Coast thinking, West Coast thinking. It's the Midwest, and it's unique, but it's got everything that a city you want to see in a city. If you're interested in ballet or opera or symphony, it's got that. If you're interested in pickup truck racing or professional sports, it's got that. And everything in between. It's got wonderful barbecue. Being from North Carolina, I'm not quite at the point where I'd say it's better than the North Carolina barbecue, but it's got great barbecue, but it's got restaurants that really can hold their own with any in the world. So you can get just about what you want in Kansas City and not be overwhelmed by it. It's just a very livable place.
So on that same note, where is the most interesting place you have lived, and why does it hold that honor?
Iran probably is the most interesting country, and it may hold that honor because it was the first country I lived in outside the United States. and I was young, single. It was my first exposure to an Islamic country, my first exposure to the Middle East, and it awakened in me a lot of things that I didn't know were there. I thought I had gone overseas for a 2-year contract, and I didn't come home for 10 and a half years. And so it just one thing led to the next, and it really was the foundation of everything I've done since then. It was the building block for making a life that's built around international aspects. Mm-hmm. Most interesting city was probably London, just because of I lived in London for 8 years. It's just a city with anything you could possibly want, just almost overwhelming in the choice. And then I've lived in some other places, but I guess Iran as a country would be the most fascinating and the one that holds a special place because it was the first. Mm-hmm. And so different.
Yes, I would say so. And what would you say is your greatest achievement thus far?
Greatest achievement? I think I've had some things I would call achievements. Don't know that everyone else would. But when I was in the legislature, in elective office, I did some things that I thought were meaningful, and I'm proud that they're still going on. So I had that. Also, I've started 2 different businesses, my own businesses, that have had a worldwide involvement. And that's starting a business from scratch and making it into a success is not an easy task. And so I think it is an accomplishment. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of what we were able to do and what the company did. So that'd be on a personal level. And I know parents can't take credit for their children, but I'm very proud of my children, what they've done. And so I sort of take credit for that.
Okay. I would say you can. Well, thank you so much for answering these questions, and thank you for joining us. And I was, going to say that please keep in touch, you, our members, and feel free to email or Facebook us any other questions you have for Clark. And
send them to Whitney.
Send them directly to me. And we will hold another virtual meet and greet soon. Thank you.
Thank you.